Hello everyone, Rich here, back for part 2 of this RMS Windsor Castle tutorial. Today's focus, of course, will be the grey hull and the beginnings of the ship's superstructure. So we'll crack on with that one. We're going to build the grey hull upwards with the white attached to it. I think it's probably the easiest way to go. There is a shear on this ship. If you look at the prototype, you can see the front of the ship does slope up slightly, so all the more reason that things could go wrong. So if things do go wrong, we'll correct it, so don't worry about that one. So what we're going to do, we'll start at the front of the ship, and I've already added signs to the top of the red, so if you add signs the same as this all the way along the front and also at the back as well, it does make life a lot easier. So we're going to start at section 0, and I'm going to do the same process as I did before, just work on one side. So what we're going to do, we'll start at section 0 and we're going to build up. Is it up or forward? No, it's going to build forward 2, so go forward 2 like that, and then we go up 2, 1, 2, and then we go up 6 rows of 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I just double check to make sure that's 6 rows of 3. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. And then 2, 1, 2, and then in white we go forward 2, 1, 2, and then up 3, 1, 2, 3. Alright, so that's number 0 done. So I'm feeling out of breath again, I don't know why. Anyway, section 1 is what we want to do next. So for section 1 we want to go forward 2 in grey, so forward 2, up 2, 1, 2, and then up 6 rows of 3 again, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2, 1, 2, and then in white we go forward 2 again, 1, 2, and then up 2, 1, 2, 2 again, 1, 2. Like that, marvellous. I do apologise that the grey is a bit shit because it does blend in with the floor that we're building on, so if you can't see it very well I do apologise. I should have built it in a different colour, but you know, it is what it is. Anyway, for section 2 in grey we want to go forward 2, 1, 2, up 2, 1, 2, and then again 6 rows of 3, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2, 1, 2, and then 1 forward, like that. And then in white, go forward 2, 1, 2, forward 2, like that. Forward 2 again, 1, 2, and then up 2, 1, 2. I think I got that wrong somehow. I'm trying to look at the prototype actually. There's a number, section 1, it's 4. Oh, hang on, I've got it wrong. So 4, I know what I've done. So section 1, we go back to that again. So on section 1 it's forward 2, and then forward 2, and then up 2. Okay, that's where I got it wrong. That's why it all looks a bit odd. So that's my screw up there. So yeah, so it's forward 2, up 2. It's the same as section 2. Okay, so that's cleared that up. Apologies for that one. So I got through part 1 without a single screw up. Now I'm in part 2. Everything's gone to tits, but we'll see. Anyway, section 3, we want to go up 2, 1, 2 in grey, and then up 6 rows of 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That is 6 rows of 3, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. And then we go up 2, 1, 2, 2 again, 1, 2, and then 1 forward, like that. And then in white we go forward 2, and then up 1, like that. And that's the beginning of where this, well, it's not really the beginning of the shear, it's just where the hull does drop down a block, so that's fine there. So that's section 3. Now we move on to number 4. So section 4 we want to go in grey forward 2, 1, 2, and up 2, 1, 2, and then up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up 3 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 2 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and forward 1, like that. And then in white forward 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2, 1, 2, and 1 on top, like that. Marvellous. You can see as it's curving forward it's getting a bit more well, it will get a bit more ship shape as you go along. So that was 4, now we're on to 5. So for number 5 we want to go in grey up 2, 1, 2, and up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 2 rows of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then in grey forward 2, 1, 2, and then in white, forward 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2, 1, 2, and then 1 on top, like that. Marvellous, so we're definitely getting a curve going on. So that was section 5, now we're on to number 6, so we're flying through this pretty well, despite the scrubs. So in grey for number 6 we're going to go up 2, 1, 2, and then up 3, sorry, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 rows of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, and then 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 1 forward, like that. And then in white, forward 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1 on top, like that. And that is right where the hull starts to drop. So it does look a bit odd where the white does overlap a grey block there, but trust me, that is how it should be. If there is any screw ups, we can always go back to it, because the shear, where the shear is in the white band along the top is it's odd how to explain how it goes, but if there is any screw ups we can always go back and tidy it up. This is just basically the prototype, well, not the prototype, but it's just sort of the getting things started. There's always room for improvement. But anyway, on to number 7 now. Number 7 in grey, we want to go forward 2, 1, 2, and then up 2, 1, 2, and then up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 3 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's 3 rows of 2 like that, and then forward 2, 1, 2. That's not gone right, is it? Something's not right there. Hang on, let me do this one again. So it's forward 2, up 2, and then up 3, 4, 3, and it was 2, 2, 2. So 2, 2, 2, and then forward 2, 1, 2. So no, it's not gone right, is it? I have to do a jump cut on this one because I'm confused. Yeah, back in a second. Okay, a jump cut there, so I've corrected this now, I know what's wrong. So we're going to go back to number 7 and start again. So we'll go forward 2, up 2, and then up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 again, 1, 2, 3. That's where I screwed up before. And then up 3 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then forward 2, 1, 2, like that. There we go. And then in white, forward 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2, 1, 2, and 1. There we go. So that's now dropped down in height by 1 on the white. That's fine. So my mistake on this one is I left out a row of 3. So that's 2 scrubs now. I do apologise on this one. I'm a bit rusty, remember. I've not done this for a while. Anyway, for number 8, we want to go forward 2 rows of 2 in grey. So 2 and 2 like that. So 2, 2. And then up 2, 1, 2. And then up 4 rows of 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then 2 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1 forward like that. And then in white, forward 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1 on top like that. Marvellous, and that's dropped down the grey hull again by another block, so that's fine. This all could go tits up really much. Anyway, now we're on to section 9 in grey. So for section 9, go forward 2 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, up 2, 1, 2, and then up 4 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, forward 2, 1, 2, and then in white we go forward 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2, 1, 2, and 1. There we go. So that's dropped down the white by another block, that's fine. Now we're on to number 10, and for number 10 we want to go forward 2 rows of 2, so 1, 2, 1, 2, up 2, 1, 2, and then up 4 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, then 2 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and forward 1, like that, and then forward in white 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2, 1, 2, and 1, like that. Marvellous, so that's section 10. And now we're on to number 11. For number 11 we want to go in grey, forward 2 rows of 2, so 1, 2, 1, 2, up 2, 1, 2, and then up 4 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1 forward, and then a white forward 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2, 1, 2, and 1, like that. So a lot of these sections are very similar to each other. It's a very simple design. I know a lot of people don't like the way I design things, but you know, I'm the one doing it, and I'm the one who's here, so there you go. I'm never claiming to be an expert at anything. Anyway, for section 12 in grey, we want to go forward 3 rows of 2, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, like that. Up 2, 1, 2, and then up 4 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1 forward like that. And then in white, forward 3 rows of 2, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 1 on top, like that. Marvellous, and that's dropped down the white by another block, that's fine. And now we're on to number 13, everyone's favourite. So for number 13 in grey again, we want to go forward 3 rows of 2, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then up 2, 1, 2, and then up 4 rows of 3 again, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, excuse me, and then in white forward 2, 1, 2, 2 again, 1, 2, and 1, like that. Marvellous. So that was number 13. Now we're on to number 14. We're flying through this now. So for number 14, we want to go in grey forward 3 rows of 2, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, up 2, 1, 2, up 4 rows of 3 again, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, and then in white forward 2, 1, 2, and up 2, 1, 2. Very simple, that design. So that was 14. Now we're on number 15. Now for number 15, we want in grey to go forward 4 rows of 2, so we go forward 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, like that, and then up 2, 1, 2, and then up 3 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2, 1, 2, like that, and then in white on top forward 2, 1, 2, and up 2, 1, 2, like that, and that's fine there. Now move on to number 16. Now for number 16, we want to go forward 5 rows of 2, so we go forward 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then up 2, 1, 2, and then up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's it. You don't want to add any white blocks to that, because that is right in the what would be the, I think it's the well deck, so it's the open deck on the front of the ship. There's no white that goes on top of it, so just leave that one bare, like so. So now move on to number 17, and for number 17, we want to go in grey forward 6 rows of 2. Yeah, 6 rows of 2, so go forward 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, like that, so 3 rows of 2, and then 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, so it's 6 rows of 2, and then up 2, 1, 2, and then up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and leave that one bare as well, no white blocks on top of that one. So that's 16, and then finally on to number, not 17, sorry, so now finally on to number 18. For number 18 in grey, we go forward 3 rows of 2, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then up 2, 1, 2, and then up 2 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like so, and then in white on top, up 3, 1, 2, 3. Marvellous. So that is all 18 sections of the bow of the ship done, and it should look something like that. Apologies for all the scrubs, I am human after all, but yeah, this is how it should look. And from the front, it's a little bit ship shape. It's not brilliant, it's not perfect, but it will do. And like I say, this is the way I design things. So that's how that is. So what you just want to do now is, like we did with the red before, just go on the inside and start filling in the gaps of everything, so it all looks rather neat and tidy, like so. And the white as well. So it does get a bit confusing when you're filling in the sections, and the hull does dip down a bit, but just fill in the gaps that are there. Don't worry about if there's any odd angles or anything, just fill in the gaps that are there. and we'll come back to any issues later on. But the main thing, it'll be sorted out when we start adding the deck on top. So once the deck's on top, the gaps will fill in properly. So don't worry yourself too much. We'll just do one more row. Why not? Sod it. And the white at the top, like that. There we go. So that's the first few filled in. And as you can see, it does look rather neat and tidy. So what I shall do now, I shall do a jump cut while I fill in the rest of this, and also do the other side, and then we shall move on to the back of the ship. So back in a moment. Okay, back again. So there's the hull filled in, and it should look something like that. It doesn't look too bad, not brilliant, not perfect, but it will do. And also done the other side as well, so we have a ship shape sort of thing going on there, and also the inside looks like that, although that's not really that important. So that's how that looks, and some of the areas do look a bit odd because of the way the shear works, but as you can see, it does fill in alright as it is, but these areas are subject to change very, very, very slightly when we do add the deck, so don't worry just yet. When the deck up here is added, then this will all be sorted out and tidied up, so it'll look fine. It'll look a lot better as well. There won't be a huge change, but just a few minor changes. But anyway, what we'll do now is head to the back of the ship, and we'll start the same process again. And hopefully this one's slightly easier, because the white sections are pretty much all the same. There's no shear back here either, so it's uniform all the way around. So we'll start at section 0 again, and in grey for section 0 we want to go forward 4. Whenever I say forward I mean back, okay, so just be confused. Anyway, go forward 4, 1 2 3 4, and then 3, 1 2 3, and then 2 rows of 2, 1 2 1 2, and up 2, 1 2, up 3, 1 2 3, up 4, 1 2 3 4, and 3 again, 1 2 3, and then a white up 3, 1 2 3. There we go. That's the beginning of our bulbous back end. She's a bit of a fat ass, but there we go. Anyway, on to section 1. Section 1, we want forward 4 again, so 1 2 3 4, and then 3, 1 2 3, and then 3 rows of 2, 1 2 1 2 1 2, up 2, 1 2, up 3, 1 2 3, up 4, 1 2 3 4, up 2, 1 2, and then a white up 3, 1 2 3. There we go. And then on to section 2. Section 2 we want forward 4, 1 2 3 4 in grey, and then 3, 1 2 3, and then 4 rows of 2, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, up 2, 1 2, and then up 4, 1 2 3 4, and up 3, 1 2 3, and then in white up 3, 1 2 3. There we go. Doesn't look much at the moment, but trust me, when we're getting going, it will look quite curvy and neat. So now we move on to section 3, and in grey we want forward 4 again, so 1 2 3 4, and then 3, 1 2 3, and then 4 rows of 2, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, and up 2, 1 2, up 3, 1 2 3, up 4, 1 2 3 4, and then 1, and then in white up 3, 1 2 3. Marvellous. And now move on to section 4. Section 4, we want forward 4 in grey, 1 2 3 4, and then 3, 1 2 3, and then 5 rows of 2, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, up 2, 1 2, and then up 3, 1 2 3, and 3 again, 1 2 3, and then a white up 3, 1 2 3. Marvellous. So working out quite well. Hope I don't screw this up at all. And for section 5 we want in grey forward 4, 1 2, no, not that, so 1 2 3 4, so it's forward 4 like that, and then forward 3, 1 2 3, and then 6 rows of 2, so 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, up 2, 1 2, up 3, 1 2 3, and up 2, 1 2, like that, and then a white up 3, 1 2 3. Marvellous. And now we're on to section 6. And for section 6 we want forward 4 in grey, 1 2 3 4, and then 2 rows of 3, 1 2 3 1 2 3, and then 6 rows of 2, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 1 2 1 2 1 2, up 2, 1, 2, up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then in white up 3, 1, 2, 3. Marvellous. And then on to section 7. We want to go section 7, we go forward 4 in grey, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then up 2, 1, 2, up 3, 1, 2, 3, and up 2, 1, 2, like that, and then in white up 3, 1, 2, 3. So that's the first 7 sections done, and it should sort of look like that, and there is a curve starting down there, which is always neat. So that was section 7 done, and now we're on to number 8. And for number 8 we want forward 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 rows of 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, up 2, 1, 2, up 3, 1, 2, 3, and up 2, 1, 2, like that, and then in white up 3, 1, 2, 3. Marvellous. And then we move on to section 9. So section 9 we want forward 2 rows of 4 in grey, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, up 2, 1, 2, up 3, 1, 2, 3, up 2, 1, 2. Quite a jump in scaling there, but I think it's okay. And then in white up 3. This could be wrong, I could be mistaken, but I got 1, 2, 3 anyway. And yeah, I have screwed up. I knew this would go wrong. Let me just double check that. So it's 4, 4. Oh, I see what I've done. I missed out a row of 3. Apologies for that. I knew I'd poo this up somewhere. So double check it. So 2 rows of 4, and then it's 3 rows of 3. So 3, 3, and then 1, 1, 1. Damn it! 1, 2, 3. So there we are. So 2 rows of 4 and 3 rows of 3, and then 3 rows of 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Up 2, 1, 2, up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2, 1, 2, and then in white 1, 2, 3. That right. That's that one done. Breathe. Section 10. Section 10 we want forward in grey 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Rich, pay attention. Section, then we want forward 2 rows of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, up 2, 1, 2, up 3, 1, 2, 3, up 2, 1, 2, and then in white up 3, 1, 2, 3. Now it's working fine. Alright, so for section 11 we want forward 6 in grey, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, up 2, 1, 2, up 3, 1, 2, 3, up 2, 1, 2, and then in white up 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now we're on to 12. For section 12 we want forward 2 rows of 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2, 1, 2, and then up 3, no sorry, up 2, 1, 2, up 2 like that, and then up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then it says up 2 again, 1, 2, but that's not right, okay. Gotta check this one out. So it's 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 3. Oh, I've missed out a row of 2, that's why I've gone wrong, apologies again. So it's 6, 6, 5, 4, and then 3, 3, and then 2, and 2. And then up 2, and then up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 2, 1, 2. And then in white, 1, 2, 3. I will get this right one day, trust me, I will get this right and not screw anything up. That's twice today, no, 3 times actually today. Anyway, section 13. In grey we want forward 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 2 rows of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 3, 1, 2, 3. And then 3 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That way. And then up 3, 1, 2, 3. Up 2, 1, 2. And then a white up 3, 1, 2, 3. Marvellous. So that was section 13. Now we're on to number 14. Number section 14, you want to go forward in white, forward in grey, 2 rows of 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 2 rows of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 1, 2, 3. 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then up 3, 1, 2, 3, and up 2, 1, 2, and then a white up 3, 1, 2, 3. Marvellous. So I just check what we have so far. Looks like a good curve already. Looking at it from the back, you got a good egg shape going on there, which is nice. And then we move on to section 15. Section 15 in grey, we want forward 3 rows of 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 1, 2, 3. And then 2 rows of 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Up 2, 1, 2. 2 again, 1, 2. And then white up 3, 1, 2, 3. Marvellous. And now we are on to section 16. And for section 16 we want forward 3 rows of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7, 7, 7. And then 2 rows of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 3, 1, 2, 3. And then 2 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Up 2, 1, 2, up 2 again, 1, 2. And then in white, up 3, 1, 2, 3. Marvellous, getting some bigger gaps going on as well. Now we're on to 17. And for section 17 we want forward 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 3 rows of 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, and then in white we go on top forward 2, or back towards the stern, so we go forward 2, and up 2, 1, 2, so it's very slightly different, but it works. And then lastly we move on to section 18. And for section 18 we want forward in grey 3 rows of 7, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 2 rows of 6, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, and then in white forward 2, 1, 2, and up 2, 1, 2, like that. And that is all 18 sections of the stern done. The back of the ship looks something like that. Yeah, don't look too bad. So as before, the same as we did at the front end, just go on the inside and start filling in the gaps. I'll do it the first couple, not that it's going to make much difference. Very much a simpler design back here. Do one more row, why not? There we go. So there's the first view done, and our bulbous stern should start to look like that. So what I shall do now, I shall fill in the rest of it and do the other side, and I'll also fill in the side panel like we did with the red. So the whole section between section 18 at the front, section 18 at the back, the whole side of the ship, just build up to the height at the top of the grey, and also the white blocks on top. So you have three high and white on top of the grey hull. So basically you'll have, like the prototype over there, a grey hull with a white bit on top. So I shall do a jump cut now while I sort that, and I'll return in just a moment. Okay, back again. So there's the hull all filled in, and the ship should look something like this. It looks like, actually looks quite neat. Couldn't get my words out then. Anyway, that's how she should look, and I've done the side panel as well. So now the hull is complete. And I'm looking at the back. That does look a bit. No, that's fine. It's fine. It just looked a bit odd from the side, but anyway, done both sides as well. So our ship is looking ship shape and Bristol fashion, as it were. So what we're going to do now is, while we still have time, we're going to add the first deck, which is the main deck, and best to do this from the back of the ship. And what you do, go right to the back and go to the second block down on the grey. So you got the grey here, go to the second block down on that, to that point there. You're just going to fill the deck from here all the way to the front of the ship. So best to do this with friends, or if you haven't got any friends, use World Edit, or if you haven't got World Edit, then build it yourself on your own. I have a few friends, but they're not here, and I have World Edit, so I'm going to use that in a moment. But just sorry, I'm just being mean. Anyway, just carry on building that whole deck all the way to the front of the ship, and it will look fine when it's all done. You can slope the front up with the shear when the shear is added, but it's up to you what you want to do. If you're building an interior, then you may want to do that one, but I'm just going to build the whole deck straight, so this could go one of many ways. So that's the first few portions done. So you basically just carry on that whole thing all the way to the front. So I shall do a jump cut while I sort that out, and then we'll move on to the next bit. So back in a moment. Okay, back again. So I've got a bit of lag going on, but anyway, there's the deck all filled in, and it should look something like that. You can see it's just below the top grey line, which looks fine. And at the front it is flat, but you can slope that up if you want to, but probably best to do that once we've got the forecastle in place. So what we're going to do, we'll add the forecastle now, which is the front raised deck here. So we're going to go right to the tip of the front of the ship, inside the white, and we're going to go to the third block down. So this is on the inside of the front. Go to the third block down on the white. So 1, 2, 3 to there, and then we're going to build back 19 in with the wood block. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And then one block under that, you go back 21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. And then underneath that, you go 25. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. And at the end of that, you just add a colour block to mark the centre, like there we go, like that. And it should look something like that. And then just underneath that, you build white blocks down 1, 2, 3, like so. And that is the end of the forecastle. And then from that coloured block, you just want to build out to the side. So we'll go out, I don't know how far it is, but build out anyway. So go out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, all the way out like that, and then down to like so. And that marks the end of the forecastle. So this gap between the white wall on the side and the white wall here, you just fill that gap into 3 blocks high, like so, and that brings the forecastle up to the right size. And then do the same the other side. Go out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, down 2, and then fill in the side wall like so. And it should look something like that. So there we are. So that's that bit done. Now we're going to build the side, build the forecastle decks out to the sides. So build them 2 blocks high in each section like this. So you can see there's it overlaps by a block like that. So build it 2 blocks high from that overlapping bit all the way out to the side, like so. And then you have 1 block from the end, and then at the end, just add a white block the end to cap off that area like so. And then I do the same the other side. Cap it off at the end, to just build it 2 blocks high each overlap section all the way out to the side, and then a white block to cap that area there. So that it just tidies up the end each section of the forecastle deck. And then the next section along, do the same. 2 blocks high, all the way out to the side, like so, and then a white block to cap that bit there. Marvellous. Same on the other side. All the way out to the side, and then 1 white block to cap it there. And there we go. That is the full detailing of the forecastle. Well, of the white forecastle anyway, minus the portholes. But that the forecastle deck, the white stripe basically is all done. So what we want to do then is just add the decking inside. And like I was saying, the deck down here, this main deck, is flat, but you can now, if you want to, slope it up the same as the forecastle above. So where the deck goes to the end of the forecastle area here, you sort of go 1 block back, and then you can build this line 1 block higher, and then when you get to the next section, raise the deck up another block. So it follows the contours of the forecastle above. But as I'm not doing interiors or anything like that, you can build it yourself that way. But like I say, I'm not doing interior, so I'm just going to leave it open as it is. So that's just me covering myself. But there we go. So now what we want to do now is just fill in all the decking in these sections for the forecastle, and then everything should look fine. So I'm going to try and do this all on camera just to waste as much time as possible, because I am epic in that direction, or department rather. Don't do directions, I'm not very good at them. Trust me, I play truck games, I get lost a lot. Anyway, so that's that deck done there, well, that part of the deck. So do the same on the other side, like so, and then everything will look fine. Tell you what, I'll do a jump cut because it's going to take forever otherwise. So yeah, I'll do a jump cut, fill in all the deck, and then we'll move on. So back in a moment. Okay, back again. So there's the deck all added, and it should look something like that. It's not brilliant, not perfect, but like I say, it'll do. And yeah, it's a slight slant on this shear of the ship, and yeah, don't look too bad. But that's that bit done there. Last job for today is basically just to add the wall to the back of the forecastle here. So you got this pillar down in white, so just basically build the wall all the way out to the side from that central pillar, like so, and it will cap off this area. So a white wall 3 blocks higher, which will make it 4 high when it connects to the top. And there we go, that's one side done, and then the last on this side, and then keep double clicking in the wrong place. And there we go. So that's that part done like so, and it should look something like that. Marvellous. Time for a nap, methinks. Anyway, that's part 2 done, so the ship is looking neat. Part 3, we'll be getting the superstructure, so we'll probably get 2, possibly, hang on, 1, 2, possibly 3 decks on, depending how slow the process is. But we'll see how things pander out there. But yeah, we'll try and get 3 decks on. It should look pretty good. Then we'll go from there. So this is Rich signing off, logging off and disappearing. And I shall return in part 3. So yeah, bye for now.